All right, so when considering the consistency of our judgments, our moral judgments, and our actions, we're looking at impartiality and universality. Are we treating people similarly in similar situations? And if we're treating people dissimilarly in similar situations, do we have justification for doing so? Is there a morally relevant distinction that we can make between these people or between these situations that justifies considering people's needs and interests differently? Now, to really effectively make these kinds of evaluations, we need to understand exactly what the dynamic of an ethical dilemma is. In every ethical dilemma that we face, there's always going to be a situation. There's always going to be something going on. Something will be occurring that compels us to act. And when we act, we're going to be motivated by something in particular. We're going to have a particular intention that drives our action, and we're going to take an action that responds to that motivation, and inevitably something's going to happen because we act. There are going to be consequences, okay? Now, for the next couple of weeks, we're going to be looking at two broad categories of ethical theories that all involve some number of these elements here. And we can distinguish these different theories as consequentialist theories and non-consequentialist theories. Consequentialist theories are theories that place high value on what happens as a result of what you do, okay? Non-consequentialist theories, though, are going to be theories that don't regard the consequences of our actions as morally significant. Instead, what's morally significant will be the motivation and the action itself, not what happens because of the action, all right? So I gave you 4 scenarios to think about in your thought primer, and you might be able to get a sense from these 4 situations of whether or not you're going to end up being a consequentialist or a non-consequentialist, okay? So consider your answers to these 4 and see where you seem to be consistent and inconsistent in your moral judgment. So in dilemma A, this is that, day we're out there having a great time. You're trying on outfits. You try on one that makes you look heinous, but I just want to make you happy. That's my motivation. I want you to be happy. So I tell you this little lie. It's like, oh yeah, you look fabulous in that hideous outfit. Well, I don't say the hideous part. Okay. And the consequences, we have a great day. You're even happier. We feel more bonded to one another. And we continue to go on having these really happy experiences together. Okay. Now, what I would want to know from you is, did I do the morally correct thing here by telling a lie? Or do you say that, well, no, you had good intentions, you wanted to make me happy, but you did something that's always wrong, no matter what your intentions are. You told a lie, and there's something about the act of lying that I think is unethical, even when it leads to consequences that are beneficial. Okay, so where did you fall down on this? And think about how where you fell down on dilemma A compares to how you fell down on dilemma B, which is that you try on the hideous looking outfit, you're not buying it, but nonetheless, I really value honesty. That's my motivation. And so you ask me, do I look good in this outfit? And I feel like, hard as it is, I have to tell you the truth, because truth-telling is morally obligatory. I'm not morally allowed to lie in this situation, even when the consequences of the truth are not good. Because in this case, telling you the truth kind of crushes your feelings, and we stop shopping for the day. I leave you with a kind of bad taste in your mouth about our experience, and our friendship suffers. Okay, so now compare how you responded to this dilemma compared to dilemma A. In dilemma A, I told a lie. Was that the morally permissible thing to do? Because if it was the morally permissible thing to do, because it resulted in you being happy and us having a better day, then it seems like in this situation, you would say, well, you kind of did something wrong here, because I said you were right to tell a lie because the consequences were good. And here you told the truth and the consequences were bad. Okay, so that would be a consistent response between dilemma A and dilemma B. But if you said in dilemma A, look, even though the even though the consequences were good, telling a lie was wrong. And in this situation, you say, but telling the truth then, in dilemma B, was right. Those would be consistent responses. Now imagine the situation is not as it was before. You're trying on the outfit. It looks fabulous. And I tell you, you know what? You look awful in that ad. And I'm telling you this simply because I want you to not feel good. Okay, so I tell you a lie. I tell you look awful in the outfit, even though you look spectacular. Okay, and what ends up happening is you get all huffy and you storm out to the cash register to purchase your other items. And lo and behold, you're now a millionaire. You're the millionth customer and you've just been awarded $1 million. Are we friends again? Okay, so think about this. You told a lie, the benefits were good. Or I told a lie, and the benefits were good. Do you forgive me? Do you forgive me because my intention to hurt you resulted in a benefit for you? And how does your response here compare to dilemmas A and B? And then finally, here we have the situation where, I want to make you happy. You look terrible in this dress that you're not even planning on buying, so what the hell? I'll just tell you, you look good. The outfit looks fabulous on you, and you change your mind and later come back and decide, well, I'm just going to buy that fabulous outfit that he told me I look so good in, and I'm going to wear it to this date that I'm super excited to go on. And as soon as we walk in the restaurant, you're the laughing stock of everybody because everybody in there is as big a jerk as I was in Dilemma C. Okay, so are you mad at me in this case? Okay, so the consequences were good, but the consequences are bad, but the intention was good here, okay? So just like in Dilemma A, I wanted to make you happy, so I told you a lie. And if you thought that what I did in that situation was the right thing to do, because it resulted in good consequences, then maybe me telling the lie here was the wrong thing to do because it resulted in bad consequences. But if in that first dilemma you said, in the second dilemma, you said that, look, you told the truth even though it hurt my feelings in Dilemma B, right? You told me I looked awful in this dress and it hurt my feelings, but it was the right thing to do because truth telling is the right thing to do. Well, here you should be saying that I did the wrong thing. And I did the wrong thing not because you were humiliated, but because I told a lie. Okay? So think about these 4 dilemmas and how your responses to them might reveal to you what seems to matter most to you. A person's intention, the particular actions that they take, or the result of their actions. And of course, all 4 of these elements, the situation, motivation, action, consequence, they're going to matter to us in every situation to some degree or another, oftentimes, or maybe even usually. But think about what these dilemmas reveal about which of these 4 elements matter to you more than others.